go, Welkin dying. Check क्या है. बाद में confirm. Here. Thank you. Thank you.
I used to.
Okay. Questions करते हैं. Should we pull for flings? Okay. Okay. Dolphin rating on the latest album project score on any. Okay.
Take long walks in Silver Moon Hall every day.
Okay. So we got Chronicle Wishes. देखेंगे. एक पुल मारते हैं फिनिश के लिए. ओह. लिटरली मैं ये 3 सोच रहा था 3 मिले हैं. This is unreal. Let's go.
This is your team? Cool.
Finally we got Bennett. Finally.
I'm Bennett. Lead.
Yes, we got Bennett. एक और बार पुल करेंगे भाइयों. Let's go. Okay. We'll pull once more. Let's go. No. Give me Bennett. Give me.
So don't worry about me. I can keep up.
We will.
I checked absolutely everything. Turns out, I was right all along.
I don't sing for anyone in particular. Still, if someone stops to listen, I hope it provides a moment of peace all the same.
Better to just let the young'uns choose their own path.
Huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Did it just blow in on the breeze?
But the Arista we just met simplify hard that always just on every second feels like an dramatic. Janaka, you must have weathered quite a few stories along the way. Yes. Are you perhaps looking for an friend to talk to? Do you happen to need a bard, one who can turn your tales to words? If so, come and catch up with stars nicely as the wine is flowing. Okay, let's go.
Oh, it's from the Tone Deaf Bard. Apparently, he wants to hear all about our adventures in Nodcry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Star Snatch Cliff.
Let's go. ये तो कर लेंगे एक बार और कुछ कर लेते हैं क्या करें दिल तो let's go. Okay, please 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 be friends, please be friends, please be friends. Okay.
Greetings.
God,
I am Kirill
God,
Trudamirovich
guys.
Flins.
Nice. Whoa. What do you say about this pull? What do you say about this pull? We have flames. We have flames. We have flames. Give me. Goated pull, goated pull. Give me my to level 2.
What's this?
Attack damage, yeah.
Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan?
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Notcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can, my wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler. Amazing! Incredible! So I'm guessing the wild hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rehir of Solnari?
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so
Hello,
many stories to share.
Shanmukha. How are you? How are you? Did I pronounce your name right? I don't know. But hello.
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you so fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds
Sign
temple
on your
one day
chest.
when I heard a commotion
How can I
outside.
sign on your chest, bro?
It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's
You have big
missiles
chest.
flying off into the horizons.
Okay, then I'll sign your chest.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
You have a big fan? What the fuck?
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Is that all you've got? Oh, bring it on!
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
like that.
सर आज ऑफिस में जा रहे हैं क्या? देखते हैं,
Giving
अभी तो
up
time है.
already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... I was just wondering how...
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair. You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, vice captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Yeah, postman बना दिया.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lowen. He should just hire a full-time In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with
Right for
Sir
right.
Writes a Lot.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes a Lot to be—
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me too. Am I right?
You sure are. To use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, Ruin Guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So,
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time, I'll need some time to mull over my response. Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's letters will turn out to be old. Let's go!
Thank you so much, honorary knight.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Abyss. The Wild Hunt. Andreas?
Andreas कहाँ से बोला इसने?
Get home safe, Varka.
Okay.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me? Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Oh,
Huh?
okay.
Oh, it's just a few stragglers. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then we will make our triumphant return!
Stormwind!
इतना खराब लगता है भाई इसकी अटैक. First is bad. Okay.
Without the ray here of Sonari to direct them, it seems like...
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the like...
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster.
We meet again, Andreas.
Yeah, Andreas. Okay.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all.
No, no, no.
It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious.
अबे ये वही वुल्फ है. वाह. तो मॉन्स्टर
Might
में
be
है.
better to go by
Boreas.
Oh my god.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Okay.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight. That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing
Nice,
you all when I
Noel.
get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you.
Amber.
Don't forget to write back.
कितने दिनों बाद देखा
That's
मैंने.
all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Wrights a Lot is really living up to his name.
क्या? So.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us.
मैं बोल
Even
रहा
I
हूँ,
got a
Amber
letter,
देख रहा हूँ.
and I'm not a real knight yet.
Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our Grandmaster for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a...
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angels, allegedly for work.
Last time
Said he
Kaya
was
से कब मिले थे हम लोग?
exchanging
सुमेरु में?
intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter?
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas's trial. Well, with any luck.
Very well, but please...
I will. Goodbye.
Goodbye. अंदर चली गई. नहीं ये नहीं होगा ना. हेलो यूला.
Please be quiet within the premises and refrain from making a racket.
Let's go. Mondstadt feels good.
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The
The
situation in
brightness क्यों
Nocra
कर
is
दिया इन्होंने?
stable. Surely.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition, it seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North. And yet, for some reason,
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
तो अच्छी बात है ना भाई.
If
Free
it comes to
position.
that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need
You love it,
protecting.
also.
And some... What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition up until I return.
the lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god, and the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Oh. Huh? Okay.
You don't seem surprised. The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, as such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow... I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Dvalin, the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the Calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
लेकिन इसको दिख चुका है अभी ना वहाँ पे.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency. Even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action, I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place.
And guys, for all you watching, just the news. I just pulled Flint's.
That turned into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angels share now.
अभी तक ही पोस्टर है. Nice.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start
ये
by
हुटा है क्या?
pouring in cold
नहीं.
water and add ice
रोज़ारिया.
cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about...
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Hiya, Rosaria, D-Luke! I knew we'd find you here.
Looks like...
A little liveliness never killed anyone.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes.
I don't know.
I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's...
Huh? Drop what? What's this?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, he, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, But back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said. But don't you think someone can keep tabs on—
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how—
You think so?
Never mind.
Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been—
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's—
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about.
That's cool.
What should I report back to the Grand— Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and a review of the latest vintage—
My reply was—
ये रोजारियो ऊपर क्यों चली गई? अरे पागल, नीचे रहो भाई.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey.
So you see what's really going on here? All three—
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiment— There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual. Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the—
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself.
Okay.
But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight?
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight, but he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know, after all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. If so, Why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago?
कितनी सुबह game? Yes, brother.
Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland. That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever you show up. Let's go!
ये क्या है? Wild Hunt क्यों आ गई यहाँ पे?
What's going on here? Was Wolfendom the Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out!
ये तो गुस्से में हूँ मैं अभी.
Odds revealed. Stay clear.
Wait. Confirmed.
As you wish, Maid for life.
Ultimatum protocol.
Easy.
Are you alright? Oh no! What now? That better not be more Wild Hunt You scared Paimon stiff! She thought you—
Stop right there! Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
अच्छा.
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait, Paimon passed a test? Really? Ha! She didn't even realize she was taking one!
मंद बुद्धि है Paimon.
You may dispense with your suspicions. The wolf pack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to disguise themselves this time.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now. Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you something seems wrong with that old wolf.
आ रहा हूँ वुल्फी बॉय. यार फ्लेंस खेलने का मन कर रहा है लेकिन अभी तक अपग्रेड नहीं किया मैंने उसको. लेवल अप अपग्रेड बोल रहा हूँ. I am coming. रेजर भैया.
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I not strong enough?
No, you are not.
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, they followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. But I shall not let them succeed without a fight. We meet again, human Lupical.
Human Lupical?
So, are you saying that the Wild Hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mondstadt? How is that even possible?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god at the source of this turmoil. I can sense it.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused.
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods. The Wolf King, Andreas, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul.
Huh? The bard's back?
Toad Bard? What are you doing here?
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf who better than a bard to do the honors? Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Sealy Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn's starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes and slept. 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Sealy Hall, and awoke him at long last. The night asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more. Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of... So, this is the world the humans dreamed of. Though the night's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas...
There is no need for you to...
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstadt...
You need not feel remorse on my account. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Notcry. That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his weakness.
But we followed Boreas' trail in Nodcry. We investigate.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across.
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago? You think?
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, his final, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that...
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make an... As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nice...
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's
Oh, dragon के back पे जाएंगे हम लोग Notcry.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now.
Varka.
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles. I'll stay here and deal with it.
I stay in Mod.
Razor, give me.
क्या क्या किया इसने क्या अब अपना ट्रैवलर आया अच्छा अब वो डबल स्वॉर्ड यूजर हो जाएगा ऐसा
It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts. Though
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
but human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to prevent the entanglement of souls. The most I can do is temporarily house my power and thoughts within claws and fangs wrought of steel. Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs, the great wolf king of the north remains strong for now.
I will protect Lupical.
Just give me the word whenever you're...
I am ready. Let's go. यार मुझे फ्रेंड्स के साथ करना है. अच्छा स्पेशल स्टोरी मोड में हूँ मैं करने वाला.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry.
पूछ ही लेते
The
हैं.
root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andreas, Dominator of Wolves and God of the North Wind. He once left Nodcry and braved the blizzards to confront the God of Storms and claim the right to rule. Yet even
Yeah.
as the tower fell, he chose to abandon his claim. Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years before finally journeying back, under the name of Boreas, with the first knight of Boreas to witness the new face of Mondstadt. When the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form, Boreas chose to pour his power into the ley lines. With that, he became the North Wind of Mondstadt, as he is still known to this day. Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running. The soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, and Andreas is a master of molding and shaping it. His people once drew great strength and wisdom from the wolf spirit, but human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. Attempting to place the wolf spirit in a human vessel would slowly devour their sense of self, even if Lupus Boreas did not intend for that to happen. That's why Lupus Boreas developed the technique of imbuing weapons with his soul. It is his way of blessing his human Lupical with the wolf spirit's protection. In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf, a bond. As much as he might claim not to accept humans. Is any questions before you set off?
Let's go.
All right. Over to you, Dvalin.
Come, Dragon Boy.
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
यार ट्रैवल कर तो दिखा देते. गंदे लोग हैं भाई. अरे रे मैंने ग्लाइडर नहीं ऑन किया उसमें.
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grandmaster!
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
ये क्या है ये?
And Paimon too!
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taking fight or flight.
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. But they have served their purpose. I now understand. Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustices of...
Guess they're retreat.
So that Wolf of the North look-alike, that was Andreas? But why would he be leading the Wild Hunt? And why was he talking about the Bloodstained Knight? Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later.
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him. True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by killing him might be just about possible. The difficult part is...
Huh?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the but compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage. Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile, our other allies should be making... We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can...
Okay.
The meeting's...
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for... That works too. Hey, Honorary Knight. Albedo and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. Great. Well... And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Reikir of Solnari's control, but it has been reborn from the ashes and is now launching widespread attacks. Intel from the Frostmoon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rerir resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andrius, god of the North Wind.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andrius' spirit, namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Yes, yes.
Whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland some monstatter from like 500 years ago? How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or when a main artery is blocked. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never... The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rerir's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between...
The replica corrupted and took control of Andrius as he slumbered by the bank of Amsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you... However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so...
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat. But we can keep those questions on the back burner.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't kill him right...
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous than a living one. From intelligence gathered during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals. Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years. This land has already been ravaged by the Wild Hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound, placing everyone who lives here in perilous danger.
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god
Hiroshima
remains in my
Nagasaki.
database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effects. In that land, the passing of the Pyro Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part—
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas—
The double sword holder.
Come forth, Boreas!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Do not grieve for me, for this is the end. A fight.
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas's final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All.
Sounds like Andreas spent thousands of years searching for—
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found. That only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
Let's go.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched, but since it was his own wish to begin with, it sounds feasible to me.
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, we need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power. However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first Knight of Boreas, many wolf spirit fragments were left behind along the way. If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with the ley lines.
so we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments? But they could be anywhere between Nodcry and Mondstadt. It'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
You don't need to worry about that. Most of them are already inside this sword.
Huh? Wait.
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible contingency.
Yes.
Not just the Wild Hunt in the Abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Nodcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if—
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all— Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry, and use them to make the thought within this sword as strong as it could possibly be. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means, but of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the wolf spirit fragments. We now know there are 3 left to find.
Okay, so 3 more mini expeditions to go.
I managed to gather 1 fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of. As for the 3rd fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on, but we'll need all hands on deck to pinpoint the exact location.
Let's go.
The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andreas' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his disposal. So everyone needs to bring their A game.
Yeah.
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as
And since the Wild Hunt is involved,
The Clink Clink Crumb-Cake craft shop will also help.
Clink, 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 clink.
So what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize.
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium.
So, he'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the Wild Hunt and the shadow of an ancient god.
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality.
Darn it.
I'll deal with the second Wolf Spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure, Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy. All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people.
एक ही डायलॉग हर बार पढ़ता है. Time is of the essence. Fuck you. मुझे फ्रेंड्स खेलना है. 40 लेवल का फ्रेंड्स नहीं कर पाएगा अभी. क्या एचपी है भैया की? 6680, डिफेंस 344, अटैक 313. What weapon should I give him? In FA को मैं दे रखा हूँ Prospector's Shovel.
Fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight?
Yes, leave it to me.
Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
अब गलती से हो गया है मेरा alt.
Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and kick your head in the game. You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle.
Huh? Well, all right, just trying to lift our spirits a little. You want to see some photos I took of me and the knights before the expedition, maybe?
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Can't we please just focus on finding the wolf spirit fragment?
अरे यार क्या करता हूँ मैं?
Is this what we're looking for?
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit.
Okay.
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either.
ये क्या सी है भाई?
Why do you laugh?
Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that you... I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends...
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this path. Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow.
Oh, बढ़िया.
If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Oh, sure enough, this place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for... We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage... purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. Could you try reversing the corruption? Not
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as the wolf spirit part?
firstly, to test whether it's possible, and secondly, to view Roland's memories. As they say, know thyself, know thy... Let me think. How is it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single thought within the 1,000... Actually, neither do I.
Huh. Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't think of anything.
I thought it might mean something to you. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct? If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a river flowing with concepts, and you were trying to capture the concept belonging to a particular ancient name.
Okay, but back then, we had a bow and a net.
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for a boat.
Thoughts and emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create a rope.
Mavika.
They can separate love from hatred, and they can bind. Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland.
Well, maybe you could try this.
What is it? It looks old.
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight, Roland. After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander to Vat. Grandmaster Arundelen wanted to deliver this letter, but trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow. He never did find him. And so this letter has been sitting at the Knights of Favonius.
Quite the antique, then.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
Hey, what happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency? You're just...
What can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step, but I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. I've been doing it that way, but anyway. Don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely.
Yes. यार लेकिन स्टोरी को इसका इसका कपड़ा क्यों नहीं चेंज हो रहा है जब इसने चेंज कर लिया था नॉट क्रैक एंड में
Whoa, it actually worked?
You really are making this up as you go along.
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed, just like he said.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice of a great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed. The code of chivalry tolerates if abyss be thy name.
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end. With that, he bade his humanity farewell. I dare say you must find it quite ironic, Knight of Borea.
That I... Dainsleif? No. Who bore a striking resemblance while we gazed into the past. He was gazing right back. So that's what happened. After leaving Mondstadt and wandering the land, Roland ventured underground and saw a revelation from the visionary. Once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods' judgment as the greatest injustice, giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything. That's why the Abyss...
Uh-oh. Does this mean we have to take on the visionary this time?
नहीं पर मुझे लग रहा है
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, both the wild, but even without the visionary's input, Roland still hasn't. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. We need to think one step ahead. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you. Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides...
Wow.
That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much. No plan is free of risks. At least this one actually gives us a shot at fully eliminating the danger posed by this ancient god. Surely that's got... If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still...
Oh, there has to be another...
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Let's go. Yehuda!
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
Ah, Yehuda! Yes, we've successfully retrieved the wolf spirit fragment here.
Nope. It's a total disaster.
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust me on this one. What can I say? I'm not the grand...
The forces of Ireland surging forward and the final expedition is at hand. The next part of the story is more contiguous. For the best experience, it's recommended you study, spare more time for it. अरे time होए इतना time है. Let's go.
Fill me in. What's the situation?
We ran into resistance almost as soon as we set off. Albedo said we should split into 2 teams and continue searching while he and the others kept the wild...
Good call. Locating the wolf spirit fragment is our key objective. I would have made the same decision.
Well, it seems the enemy figured as much too. Now, both search teams are in big trouble. Oh, I brought a map. Before we ran into trouble, this is the search area we decided on. The 2 teams are holed up here and here. They should...
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying messages back, right? Do we...
We can't spare troops from any of the fronts.
The logistics company is standing by.
Hanefa!
Designated drop point reached. The logistics company was assisting Aino with the production of the strategic reserve. But after learning of the situation on the front line, they requested to be dispatched.
Amazing. Just...
Hey, seeing as you can fly and all, shouldn't you be the one out here?
I regret to say that without the workshop's catapult, and with my short-distance propulsion module on cooldown, I will only be able to return to the battlefield after another. The logistics company has very limited provisions, only enough for a single battle.
Both. Once one team has been rescued, the remaining forces will be free to support the other.
Okay.
It's a wild hunt! Come on, let's go help!
Something's not right. The Wild Hunt's offensive doesn't seem to be getting any weaker as the battle goes on. Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm. Logistics company.
Yes, sir. Reporting in, sir. We've identified viable sites for deploying explosives.
Good. Wait for my signal.
Logistics company, deploy.
ठीक है सिटी में जा रहा है ये अबे मुझे ट्रैवलर से फाइटिंग करना भाई हट
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight! Thank goodness you're here.
There's no end to these monsters. However many we kill, more keep coming.
Just as I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready. Is that the signal to say they're ready?
Yes, sir.
आग से वाइल्ड मर गई वाह 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 इनको देखो
The enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should be a while before they're strong. Use this time to catch your breath.
Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
That's not exactly very narrow.
We split the search area between us and the Retniki.
Either way, I was about to go lend them a hand next anyway.
Absolutely.
We've run right through our supplies. We'll stay here and deal with any. Now that they've lost their numerical advantage, they're no match for us.
Okay. Let's go.
Looks like the same situation here.
Reinforcements. Hey, you keep them busy while we work on getting rid of this god.
Understood. Everyone got that?
Yes, sir.
ये सब नाइट से आते जब पिछला एक्ट चल रहा था भैया बहुत गंदा है यार इसका बर्थ एनिमेशन
Hey, they're running out of steam. Now's your chance.
Affirmative. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist. If we destroy that, the Wild Hunt won't be able to summon any more reinforcements.
Knights of Favonius, charge!
जीजी हो गया जीजी
Ooh, I'm glad that's finally over.
Brave Knights, on behalf of the Lightkeepers.
There's no need to be so formal. When it comes to the Abyss, we're all in this together. Now.
Very well.
बताओ ना
We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
Yes! Now it feels like we're finally closing.
I'll say. We're sure to face fierce resistance from the Wild Hunt.
It would be our pleasure.
Let's go.
Much obliged. All right. The hiding in the mist trick again. You all know the drill. The Knights of Favonius will engage the enemy while the Lightkeepers dispel them.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Up the ante!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
Knights of Favonius, charge!
देखते ये सीटी बैच
On me. Ugh, this wild hunt doesn't know when to give up. Traveler!
Mr. Varka, leave this just like last time. Only a Knight of Boreas can deal with a...
Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster. We can hold...
Ha! That's the spirit. Stay on your toes and make the... Either we all march back to Mondstadt to...
Okay, no one does. Fuck you.
The final fragment is right there. Don't let me down.
It seems you have collected them.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one created by the Wild Hunt, nor would I countenance those monsters to taint our duel. If you need a moment to rest, take it.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight!
As you wish.
Is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies. It's
For a moment there, I thought I might never...
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. We can take care of our...
You're the only one still standing.
We can't lose our Varka. Please.
Can lose our Varka? क्या लिखा इसने? We can lose our Varka. What the fuck is this? Our Varka.
You're holding... This duel does no justice to the way of chivalry. I wield the power of a god, while your plan is... Andreas's question, Boreas's answer. They're the false path made...
तू क्या साउंड इफेक्ट है भाई?
It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell. Join me and pledge your allegiance to the Abyss, Knight of Boreas. One day you will understand that the only righteous path for those of true virtue.
For the next part, it's over to you, Outlander who come.
क्या हुई है? What the?
The sword is unbroken. Looks like I'm no longer in reality. This must be a spate. There's no way back. And all the... Huh. A Favonius sword. Who left this here?
Lonely warrior. Take me to see him.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I have slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons. But however mighty one's blade, before the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince? Is this the fairest shadow?
The title of Boreas must find an heir.
Yeah, using the third leg.
The scent that reeks of blood appears to be getting stronger. Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles.
चलो भैया तीसरा पैर यूज करो. Go. Easy.
Try to keep up!
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them. Lupus Boreas, if you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice. Surrender to the abyss.
Malicious lies!
हिले चल दे. Fuck. बेइज्जती है ये.
Boreas sweeping in!
Boreas.
Stormwind! On me!
इससे दूसरे कौन फाइट करता है भाई? इतना चिल्लाता है भाई लौंडा. तो डिल्लू की स्वॉर्ड ऐसी लग रही है.
My old friend.
This is not where your path ends. You must continue on.
This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter. On me. I can't hide from it!
You must deliver it.
Sure, he's helping him. Nice. Rustam bhaiya.
Your path cannot end here.
Raven would help करेंगे.
You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
Tiny steps, tiny steps.
Even if you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior. Step forward.
Is this the heart of the wolf?
एकदम उसकी तरह लग रहा है जो Mondstadt में है. Same type of art. ये डेंस अच्छा रोलैंड डेंस से लग
Roland! After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength. The power you take such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind. Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky, lit at dusk, dead by dawn, utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out. And those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
Duty is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Put an end to me? Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request...
क्या छुपन छुपाई खेल रहा है? अबे हग्गे!
I shall do as you wish, Knight of Boreas.
Huh. You're not quite how I imagined you. You don't seem half as crazed as the—
Not once have I strayed from the righteous path. But when I look at you...
I guess we have that much in common.
The ray here of Solnari's forces have been defeated. And the Roland you see is but an imperfect image. I wield the power that Roland did at his peak. Therefore, I, in my current form, after redeeming you from injustice, and God—
Huh. The world out there can bear no more of your torment. Your obsession, clearly, remains exactly as I had imagined.
No words can make a knight doubt his convictions, no matter how noble they may sound. Neither of us will sway the other, but you have long. Otherwise, why would you pin all your— But now the blade that once housed the wolf spirit has been shattered, and all you hold is a You no longer have the means to change the situation, and no one—
Huh. Maybe you're partly right. But I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
What do you mean?
There's only one person's mind I need to change, and it isn't yours. Forgetting where we are? This is the— Andreas! Wake up! You are the great god of the North!
If this is your final gambit, grand displays of heart— Return. Return to— Is this the answer that I—
Andreas, at long last, I have—
This is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind.
On behalf of all humanity, I thank
Goated,
you.
goated, Boreas.
He's returning to the ley lines. But why?
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that. But a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
Even if it is not my intention, the soul of Lupus Boreas will inevitably ravage, devour, and
If a mortal heart is to bear the soul of a god, this is a path that cannot be retraced. Yet, I shall not dissuade a knight from embarking on the quest of his own choosing.
Your heart, your soul.
You were wondering how a lamb could tame the heart of a wolf. Here's my answer. You get the wolf to swallow the heart.
The wolf spirit within the sword was merely a decoy. To avoid arousing my suspicion, you deliberately allow Lupus Boreas' soul to assimilate your own, then be devoured by me.
Compared to Lupus Boreas'...
You have a stubborn will, and employed an exceptional strategy. Your soul is now merged with that of Andreas. Neither Barbados nor the Traveler will be— You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, may your soul rest in peace with Boreas.
मरेगा तो नहीं लग रहा है मुझे.
Haha! Sorry to disappoint you, but as much as it sounded like the fact is that, unlike the true Roland of the past, I still have fine wine and good friends to get back to. I'm not ready to accept my fate just yet.
Yes.
Ding dong!
Ding dong? Wet, venti, hagode.
Until I return, I leave them in your care. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you. Come on! To Mondstadt!
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka.
To Varka.
Family.
No,
Big call.
Poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
Grandmaster.
Master.
Varka. Varka.
Uncle Varka! He's the right to us!
For Varka.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The Abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you believe in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
Oh, this is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
Knight is always true to their word. So please, keep your promise and return victorious.
You are not alone.
Right back at you, Varka.
The north wind blows southward. May it guide you on your journey home.
Leave it all to me!
The noisy field है ना ये looks beautiful.
I can't fall here!
There's an ice-cold drink with your name on it. Ready when you are.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Kaku. नहीं आए
On me!
क्या है ये? चीटिंग कर रहा है, गेमिंग चीटिंग कर रहा है, क्या कर रहे हैं? भाई जब विन ग्लाइडर यूज किया पहली बार में करो ना।
Spread your wings and soar toward a new dawn.
Fate's chosen Varka.
Just a flesh wound.
Can't fall here.
On me. Here. One final battle.
Impressive. रोलैंड से फाइट नहीं करने दिया, रोलैंड को भी ना।
Walk forward and do not look back.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name. After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on. But they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius. But I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
Grandmaster, we're all waiting for you.
Oh. I'm not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I? I'll take that silence as your approval.
ये नहीं मानेगा भाई, डे ड्रिंकिंग कर रहा है, गलत बात है।
Everything you swore to protect with your lives, it's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt, and the oath sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your... I know it's just a shadow of the real Roland, but if you have the time, could you please read it for him? Rostam and Arundelen, they never forgot you. Phew. This has been one long expedition.
Yes.
From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead. Hey, everyone. It's been a mighty long time. I'm thrilled to see you all again.
सभी इकट्ठा हैं, very nice.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah. I'm home. It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance before I get dragged off to the office. This sword was just a decoy. I carried his soul in my own. The second half, though, using everyone's thoughts to guide me back.
All jokes aside, what would you have done if the Traveler hadn't been able to separate the wolf spirit?
Initially, I was planning to have Barbados carry out that step. But when turns out our trust was not misplaced. Then, I guess we'd have had, but it would have come at a heavy price. And with no guarantee. It's a good question. A glass of the finest dandelion wine, perhaps? No doubt I'd have to pay for it with a secret stash.
You're dreaming if you think it would.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Well, with the shadow of Roland vanquished, the Wild Hunt won't be able to consolidate their forces for the foreseeable future. A few knights will remain on rotation at the Nodcry stronghold. Albedo and Duran will come back with the first wave. It's been a while since I felt this, my future. You may already have learned of this from Barbados or the Hexen Circle. Correct. Although, as things stand now, I believe we may have changed the course. Still, after I've tied up some loose ends with the Knights of Favonius, I'll need to make another. Besides, the first group of knights who volunteered to stay there have yet to be relieved of their duty.
Ah, how noble. But be honest, your main reason. Wait, serious?
I'm only pulling your leg. It's been a while since I felt this. All right, then.
खत्म हो गया ये quest. Thank you. Let us do the typing test. That's very hard. मेरे पास वेंटी नहीं है इसमें, तो वेंटी का रिप्लेसमेंट मैं पे कर पाऊंगा.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Leave it to me. A turning point in.
Time for takeoff.
Burn! Up the ante!
you can get away?
Burn! Warrior sweeping in!
I'm going in!
Stay back! Okay!
Here we go. Time for takeoff.
And time for the one I pulled. Pulled. ठीक है बॉडी चार्ज हो जाएगा थंडर क्लाउड Return normal diamond please.
Close your eyes. Observe. Close your eyes.
अच्छा so he can do a mini burst also nice ये तो बढ़िया है Sincho Inefa Sudros
Observe.
Insulation chamber.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power. Swirl, Mark 2.
Beware the creatures of the night.
क्या डैमेज है भाई क्या डैमेज था भाई ये ओवर पावर नहीं है ये अच्छा ये वाला है ना ये करूँगा मैं करूँगा ये भी लेना है मुझे लेकिन हम चलेंगे कहाँ नॉट क्राई लेम्पो आइलैंड में ही ना यहीं पे होगा शायद यहाँ पे I know my friends is कमजोर लेकिन time it's finally time official को हटाएंगे फ्लिंस को लेके आएंगे hello good morning chat good morning thank you for joining
Defensive mode engaged.
अच्छा ऐसे नहीं हो पाएगा पहले बात करनी पड़ेगी Shit.
Be silent.
Absorption test.
Cleanup sequence initiate.
Surge.
मर गया मेरा प्लेस
Animal test 63.
Insulation chamber deployed.
Midnight for all.
पहले इसको वापस ठीक है असेंड कह रहा है भाई साहब। बाकी ये भी है, ये भी है, ये भी है। ठीक है। Think
Would you like to go
I'll be
moon
back,
gazing?
chat.
You
I'll
can
be
sit
back
in my rocking chair
in a
and
minute.
admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and gaze down at Tefat. Whatever you prefer.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams.
Okay, I'm back. इसको वेपन कौन सा दूं मैं? वेपन 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 देखें कौन कौन से हैं अपने पास। ड्रैगन्स बेन दे दें क्या? What people say कि अच्छा होता है। We go to नहीं नहीं नहीं, कौन सा होता है? डेथ मैच। डेथ मैच कोड 30 ले जाना पड़ेगा। अभी के लिए इसको मैं दे देता हूँ यार। ये तो अभी इसका यूज़ कर लेता हूँ क्योंकि शांगलिंग अभी यूज़ नहीं कर रहा। एक काम करते हैं, नफा कहाँ है? इसका अटैक परसेंट नहीं गिरेगा ना, फिर 2200 नहीं रहेगा। अगर मैं इसको फिर स्विच कर दूँ, इसका अटैक कितना हो जाएगा? अटैक 2000 है। आई थिंक इट्स गुड इनफ। और फ्लिंस काकू का अटैक हो गया 1200। ठीक है, ओके। किया जाएगा अपग्रेड इसको। दोनों क्यों है यहाँ पे?
Defensive mode.
Close your eyes. Be silent.
Stand clear.
Installation chamber deployed.
Ultimatum protocol.
Blame. Minions and friends.
Observe. Be silent. Observe. Night falls.
Animal test 6308.
Defensive mode engaged.
ये तो हरी रहता हूँ.
Installation chamber
अरे
deployed.
shit यार. जी पता नहीं.
Stand clear. Swirl, Mark 2.
Be silent. Night falls.
Cleanup sequence.
Animal test 6308.
Close your eyes. Night falls. Be silent.
अभी तो चिल हो रखी है मेरा. ठीक है. Now let's go back to here. अगली 4 बार तो आज नहीं कर पाऊंगा लग रहा है मुझे. My Bennett is level. I just got Bennett for first time. बैलेंस है ना, एक और बार फाइट कर सकते नहीं, मतलब नहीं है. क्या करूँगा, बड़ा इवेंट करते हैं. करना क्या है? न्यू एंडेवर as you बस इतना ही है. देखते हैं कैसा है.
Stand clear.
Preparing for dust up.
Observe.
sequence initial.
Go to sleep, brother. Go to sleep. देता है देखें जरा. Very easy है. Very easy. Against Kaku.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra ab.
Items mine कर रहे हैं ये items.
You look worried. Relax. It takes more than a little rainfall to extinguish my lamp.
चलो हो गया काम.
Let us have a modicum of patience for the richness and complex.
छोटा इसका वेपन क्या है देखें जरा. क्रिटिकल और अटैक है.
Humanity. The wanton cruelty of the few is not worth our ire.
आर्टिफैक्ट एक नंबर मिला है इसको. एक तो मुझे पहले ही कह रहा हूँ कोलंबीना को इससे हटाना पड़ेगा. UREM करेंगे. तो 4-star artifact है. छी. अटैक में UREM है इसके पास भी. इसका तो काम हो गया. मैं सोच रहा हूँ न्यूवीलेट को क्या टीम दूँ. What team to give to न्यूवीलेट? भैया का अटैक कितना है? 1354. अब मोरा भी कम पड़ गया, मोरा भी कम हो रहा, मोरा भी कम हो रहा। बढ़िया ये नहीं क्या भी 60 प्रीमोजन से करूँगा। ट्राई करने में क्या जा रहा है। ओह क्या बात है बेनेट भाई।
Let's light it up! Everybody stand out of the frying pan into the fire! Eat!
Let's spark things up a little.
लीजा खेलते कैसे हैं मुझे अभी तक नहीं पता।
Boba, get them! Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork! You're toast!
Come a little closer.
Dream team, by the way. अभी कुछ और कर सकते हैं क्या हम लोग? डेलीज हमने सारे कर लिए हैं। रेजन बचा नहीं है। और भाई कुछ करना है। देखना इससे कितने दिया रह सकते हैं ये लेते हैं।
Defensive mode engaged.
Stand clear!
Observe. You fear the dark. I will return.
बहुत जल्दी मर जाता है भाई ये।
An avalanche.
किसी उसके पास चलूं?
Add astro.
पता है इसको हराना मुश्किल है, लेकिन सभी 2 HP है, but still
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Absorption test.
Ultimatum protocol.
Observe. Do you fear the dark?
Swirl, Mark 2.
Installation chamber.
Close your eyes. Observe.
Animal test 60 wheel.
Preparing for dust up.
Absorption test.
Close your eyes.
Defensive mode engaged.
I am sorry correct sir, I am very sorry, मैं नहीं आऊंगा, मैकेनिक सीखनी पड़ेगी इसकी। मेरी कॉलम मेरा मर गई। इस पे ट्राई करते हैं। एक तो मैं ये फ्रेंड्स का अल्ट क्यों नहीं यूज कर रहा हूँ, जस्ट वांटेड टू नो।
Stand clear.
Installation chamber.
Be silent. Night falls.
यार शुरू से खत्म हो जा रहा है। मेरे लिए एस्ट्रा में चले देते हैं, कितना डैमेज अभी के लिए दे रहा है फ्रेंड्स। Damn it. Go to Lombi. Go to Lombi. हाँ ठीक है, स्टार्ट करो। नोवेलेट काकू आपकी जगह पे फिलिंस काकू को लेके आ रहा हूँ।
Happy to oblige.
Converge. Animal test 6308. Animal.
Ultimatum protocol.
Close your eyes. Observe. Be silent.
Defensive mode.
Absorption test.
Preparing for dust up.
Wait. A new moon rises.
Close your eyes. The night cometh.
Installation chamber. Annihilation mode.
अभी हैवी डैमेज इन्हें फंकी दे रही है। फिलिंस को 90 करके अगर इसका आर्टिफैक्ट 20 में तो शायद तब काम होगा। इसको बंद करते हैं। बाय द वे थैंक यू गाइस फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। आज के लिए हम इतना ही करेंगे। गेंशिन इम्पैक्ट की स्ट्रीम लेटर विल बी बैक विद वैलोरेंट स्ट्रीम जिसमें हम रैंक पुश करेंगे अगेन टू इमॉर्टल एंड प्लीज सब्सक्राइब अगर आपको सही लगे आज का स्टोरी क्वेस्ट बाय वारका और ऑफ वारका जो भी है। एंड कल से हम विल स्टार्ट लेवलिंग ऑफ थिंग्स एंड विल सी हिज डैमेज कितना जाता है एट मैक्स एंड हैव अ नाइस डे अहेड। थैंक यू।